Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Expert to Authority show. This is the show for coaches, speakers, and trainers who want to grow their businesses while making an impact in the world. My name is Simone Vincenzi, and I'm your host. And today we have a very, very special interview. In fact, I stayed away of the topic of cryptocurrency for almost 500 episodes. But we are here. Crypto made it to the Expert to Authority show. And our guest today is the one and only Dr. Daniel, who has more than 24 years of experience in dentistry and a profound understanding in cryptocurrency. And he loves teaching other dentists and busy professionals how to invest confidently in crypto. And I got tons of questions for him today. So welcome to the show, Dr. Daniel.
Thank you, Simone. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm excited to be on your show, and yeah, let's just jump right into it.
All right. First of all, I would love to know from you, from dentistry to crypto investing, how did it happen?
That's a great question. Well, I've had a very illustrious career in dentistry. My career was different than most dentists. I got onto a pathway of doing, what you guys might call cosmetic dentistry. It was more complete and comprehensive dentistry, so really, really big cases. So if somebody looked at you and said, your dentist said, I don't know what to do with you, they sent them to me. And then, as I progressed through my career, I live in a little city called Halifax, Nova Scotia. It's on the very east coast of Canada. I had people flying in from North America, Europe, as far away from Germany to seeing me. And I did really complete and comprehensive work, really big dentistry. Thankfully, things went incredibly well for me. As I evolved, I got transitioned into a bigger practice and education, and I was doing teaching and coaching and consulting and really working with dentists on helping them be successful and learn to do the type of dentistry that I did. COVID happened. At that point, I was fully out of doing clinical, only education and support, writing books, doing national webinars. And COVID happened. I worked myself. I'm a workaholic. I worked myself right to the bone. And at the end of COVID or the end of 2020, I tapped out and I said, I need some time off. I was with my girlfriend at the time. We traveled quite a bit for a while, traveled the world, seen everything. When I came back, I had every intention in starting back where I left off. But my best friend who lives in another part of country has been urging me to get in crypto. He made big money in the last bull run, and he's always been like, Daniel, you got to get in, you got to get in. I'm like, to be honest, Simone, I didn't know what the hell crypto was. It's just like this word crypto, like, how do people make money? It's ads, that's all online. Like, I had no concept what it was, so I dipped my toe in it and I fell in love. I mean, I fell in love fast. And it was just like every day, I just couldn't get enough. I couldn't get enough. And I was just consuming more, consuming more. I'm putting in 12, 15-hour days at this point voluntarily, just wanting to learn, wanting to learn. I got extremely frustrated. See, in dentistry, things are very simple. If you want to learn how to do a crown, you just go online, you go, oh, this person's teaching a crown. You send them $5,000, $7,000. You do an online course or you fly there, you do it, you go back to your practice, you do a crown. Root canal, same thing. Dentures, same thing. Crypto, no chance. Nobody's teaching anybody anything. It's all out there. It's counterintuitive. It's frustrating. I spent months and months, 6 months, over 6 months full time learning, making mistakes, costly mistakes, getting scammed, getting robbed, not understanding. And by the end of it, I said, okay, that's it. Somebody needs to teach this. And that's when I decided, you know what? I'm sticking here and I'm going to teach it. And, I've been doing it ever since.
And that's where we are. And that's where we
Yes,
are. So, based on your story, I already have a few questions to ask, and one which
please.
is, if just to make sure, and we are going to, if you, by the way, if you're listening right now and you've been maybe already investing in crypto or know have already an existing knowledge about crypto, we are going to cover maybe some of the what's the current state right now later. But at the beginning, I want everyone who is listening or watching to be on the same page. So, what are some of the, let's say, three core concepts or three main concepts that people must understand about cryptocurrency and investing in crypto in particular?
Right. When it comes to investing in crypto, there's a lot of misconceptions. And the reason is this. If you ask 10 people in crypto how to make money, you're going to get 50 different answers. And therein lies the confusion. There are so many avenues to take within this industry. So if the industry is this big, which is like the size of whatever, I've taken one piece of it and I've zeroed in on it. And the reason I've taken that one piece and attracted me as a busy professional. So without getting too much into jargon, there's mining, there's staking, there's buying memes and meme pumps, NFTs, day trading, leverage trading. There's so many different things. It's so confusing. So what I do for the average professionals, so when I work with all the professionals, the busy professionals I work with, I say, okay, there's a million and one ways to make money in crypto. 99% of them is another full-time job. None of us are looking for a full-time job. We all have a full-time job. Let's pick a way that we can do incredibly well without getting another job. And that's what that's where I come in, and that's where I teach what's called bull run investing. So I'm going to take a step backwards, and we're going to sidestep, to the stock market. I'm assuming you're familiar with the stock market.
Yep, familiar with the stock market.
Perfect. So if you and I were sitting on the phone call today, and let's just say last night the stock market crashed, and you call me up, you go, Daniel, the stock market crashed. Let's get in on some stuff. I go, great, Simone. What is it you like? You go, you know what? I have iPhones. I'm a big Apple guy. I drive a Tesla. I love Tesla. You know what? I like Google. Or I hate Google. I don't want to invest in Google, but I use Facebook. So I want to be in Meta. I go, you buy the projects you believe in. We'll go
Yep.
in, we'll gobble up Tesla, we'll buy a bunch of Apple, we'll buy some Meta. We won't buy Google because you don't like it. And then you'll wait. And over a year, 2 years, 3 years, the stock market starts to recover and the values go up. And at some point, you go to sell. And the difference between where you bought and where you sell, that's your profit, correct?
Correct.
Okay, great.
Correct.
And then every project on the stock market is pretty easy to read. If you want Apple, it has a ticker. And the ticker is basically the letters you use to represent the project. AAPL is Apple. TSLA is Tesla. That's pretty common, pretty easy.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, so bull run investing is the exact same thing in crypto, except we have a little bit more insight. Let me explain. So when you look at crypto and you see all these letters, BTH or BTC, ETH, SOL, XRP, and sometimes there's 5 letters, 7 letters, magic this, there's so many different letters. They're the same thing as tickers in the stock market. These letters represent the project. That's all you need to know. These letters represent the project in crypto. Doesn't matter if it's a coin or token. You don't need to know any of that. You just know that these are like tickers in the stock market. Now, or in the crypto world, the beautiful thing about crypto that's different than the stock market, there's a cycle to it. There's a bull cycle and then a bear cycle. So approximately every 4 years, there's a bull cycle. And the bull cycle is when the values of everything within crypto industry go up, and not just a little bit, exponentially. Money comes pouring in, and the bull cycle can be 6 to 18 months long. And at the end of the bull cycle, money comes out, and we hit a bear cycle, and the values go down. So that's a bit of a cheat sort of code for us. So what we do in crypto, excuse me, is I teach busy professionals how to invest and get the best plays in crypto. I've curated what I call the golden list. People call me the expert. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a prodigy, I'm not an expert. What I am is I'm a think tank. I take all the experts and I listen to everybody and I soak it all up in, I process it, I digest it, then I export it. And that's what I do. I'm not the expert. I just listen and watch all the experts. I process all their information, I digest it, and then I play it out for people in a way that they can understand. My superpower, whether it's in dentistry, when I was tutoring, teaching, or in crypto, is my ability to take a complex subject and simplify it for people
And
to
make it simple.
understand. That's my superpower. And in crypto, it's the same thing. So when I work with people, what we do is we take the best performing projects, the ones that are going to perform best in this upcoming bull. I teach people how to buy it, where to buy it, when to buy it, and I tell them even my plays what to buy. And then they are able to access these best plays, buy them. But the difference between the crypto and the stock market is exponential. Like we are talking, some of my clients have done 20 to 50x returns, not 20 or 50%. I'm talking you put $10,000 in, it's 200 to 500,000 and the bull run hasn't started. It's not that hard. When I teach people, I pull back the curtain and I show them firsthand so they can see for themselves. Remember, I'm not investing for them. I'm teaching people how to invest. But when they see anyone with a stock market background is blown away. It's incomprehensible because they fight year after year for 10 or 20% gains. And I'm showing them how to 3 or 4 or 5x in a matter of a month or two. And then we have these, advanced strategies where if I put 10,000 in and it's 3x at 30,000, I take out my initial capital, I keep the 20,000 for free, then I reinvest in another asset that has hasn't increased. It's not that hard. It is absurdly
So
simple.
to
Sorry.
get
Yeah.
to the understanding of so when you're talking about finding the right projects, one of the things is like in the stock market, you can buy stock that they're not going to be worth anything,
Of
and
course.
what you can buy stock actually that are going to grow. The same thing with crypto. You can invest in projects, whether it's Bitcoin or Ethereum, that they are more, maybe Solana as well, that are a bit more established
Yeah.
already,
Yep.
and they are, let's say that they are already, they have a stronger foundation
Absolutely.
compared to others that they might have a huge potential, but is a bit of a gamble. What's your thinking? What are you looking for when you are investing in a particular project? What are the signs that you look for that says actually this one is a good one to look for?
Fantastic. So first of all, in my golden list, there's a blended portfolio from high caps to medium caps to low caps. And as you suggested, the higher caps have less volatility, less upside, but less risk. The medium caps, et cetera, low caps will have higher risk, but higher upside. So what we look for is this: in crypto, things work by what's something called a narrative. Crypto narratives are very important. So narratives are like categories. For instance, AI is a narrative in crypto. Gaming is a narrative in crypto. Security is a naming is a narrative. Even real world assets, taking things in the real world, putting them on the blockchain. These are called narratives or categories. We call them narratives. Narratives are really, really big in crypto. So when a narrative hits, everything within that narrative goes up. So we look
Mm.
at two things. We look at the best narratives coming, and for your people who are investing in crypto, the biggest returns that are coming are definitely going to be in gaming. AI is fantastic, but AI has pumped substantially since last summer. So you're still going to get big returns in AI. It's one of the biggest narratives this year in crypto, but a lot of them have already got a lot of the X's. So how many X's are left in the tank? Gaming is underperforming currently, but it's supposed to be the biggest narrative coming up in crypto. So first we pick the narratives that are going to be successful. Real world assets are also a really good one. And layer ones, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Injective, AVAX, that's because they're making them the spot ETFs, as you know, they're approving these layer ones and they're becoming mass adopted, just like Bitcoin did, Ethereum did, Solana should be next. So there's certain narratives that are good. But within the narratives, I watch all the experts in the field and see which ones within the narratives that they are promoting, which ones are the influencers pushing, and they have a really big influence. So between picking the right narratives and picking the best plays within the narratives is what gives us our most likely chance at getting the best assets to invest in.
Okay, so is to put it in the stock market terms, for example, or in other terms, you're looking at the parts or the segment of the industry that is growing at that moment, that is trending at
100%.
that moment. Where is the
Yeah.
money flowing? Where is the attention right now?
1 million
Where are the
percent. Crypto is
investors? Where
all
are
hype.
projects? Right.
Yes, yes, yes. So you look at the industries that are most sought after, most excited for, the ones that they're going to talk about. But within the industry, you also want to make the best decisions and the best plays. And that's where the research comes. I have research teams and people who vet every single play. They look at the influencers and they come up with what they believe are going to be the best performing assets. Now, we also get to cheat. And this is something that very few people, you can't do this in the stock market. Last October, mid-October of 2023, there was a fake announcement about the spot ETF of Bitcoin. Forget all the jargon. What happened was from last mid-October to February, March, April, we had a glimpse of the bull run. So it gave us all this insight to all the narratives and what tokens and coins within those narratives are going to perform. It's now pulled back during the summer. So we've already got all the evidence we need to allow us to decide what's going to do good on this upcoming bull. People make the mistake. They're investing what did good last bull run. People are buying Cardano, they're buying Ripple. They don't even know, oh, it did good. It's the big name. No, no, no. That doesn't mean anything. Just because it did good last cycle doesn't mean it's going to do anything this cycle. But if you look from mid-October to January, February, March, April, the ones that rose and pull back are the highest likely ones to rise during the real bull. So we have this real clear insight. It's really like cheating. It almost is. It really like I look at it some days and I question. I'm like, it can't be, and it's not easy. I don't want to pretend it's easy. See, the barrier to entry, there's so much jargon you have to get through to get in. It's
Mm.
like this big dome, and everyone's inside doing stuff. It's like, how do I get in? And that's what I help people. I take people at ground zero, and I hold their hand and I walk them from, I really don't know anything, but I want to get in, to how to get in there safely. Because the industry is fraught. Anywhere there's a lot of money, there's a lot of scam, a lot of bad actors, a lot of people.
That's a question that I have now because,
Bring
for
it.
example, you can see you talked a lot about. You can see what the influencers are talking about, what they're pushing, and we also know what had happened with FTX. We
Yeah.
also, I mean, for people that don't have an understanding about FTX, please check it out. Not
Yeah, it's
definitely a good
it's a
story.
centralized exchange that went down and took hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars of people's monies with them.
And they had a lot of influencer, for example, promoting FTX as a platform,
Yes.
not even the coin itself, but just
Yeah.
the platform use itself. Then they had their own coin, which then end up being like it didn't turn out well. So everyone that wants to check it out, just check out FTX, so then you can understand that. But uh, there has been a lot of conversations about influencer pushing crypto, pushing particular coins that maybe was they were in a category that was going well, in a narrative that was going well, that was trendy at that time, and then turn out to then either pull their money out or get their. So how do you prevent of course in investment there is always an element of risk, whether you invest in a stock market, you invest in crypto and so on, but how you prevent yourself from going, even if there is a big buzz with a lot of big names pumping them out, to see, oh, this is a bit dodgy. Is there a way, or you just gotta
Absolutely.
go and find out?
No, no, no. There's absolutely a way. So there's a few things I'm going to build on that. First of all, like you said, so most people understand we're investing for the bull run. We're not looking for projects that are going to be around in 50 years. We want the ones that are going to perform best during the bull run, which is an important key because most of cryptos, we understand 10% of the projects are going to make it through the test of time. 90% of them probably within 5 years are going to go away. Just so we're completely clear, right? That for sure. Number two, when you talk about influencers, there's two categories. Those are the ones that are in it for the short term, the pumps and dumps, the celebrities, the ones that are just coming in on a whim. We don't worry about those. We don't follow those. We're not looking for quick money. I'm not looking for memes. I'm not looking, my clients aren't sitting there going, oh, I'm trying to make my entire life fortune off this 100X. No, that's not how we invest. We look for people that are in the field for a long period of time. These influencers who are talking about narratives and talking about quality, who are connected to the team and actually have a deeper understanding. So what we invest in are quality plays, not quick. I'm not looking for memes. I'm not looking for an overnight thing. And that's where people get confused. Most of the things you see on media are quick pump and dumps. They're meme plays. They're valueless projects that are just basically built on hype. That's not what we invest in. Most of the projects we look at, the layer ones, are solid Bitcoin, Ethereum, and layer one for your clients. All that means it has its own blockchain. Bitcoin has its own blockchain. Ethereum has its own blockchain. Solana has its own blockchain. These are here to stay. So these are things that we believe in that are here to stay. Within gaming, there are certain projects that are releasing games on Web3 that are going to blow people away. And these ones can have interact with people and people get rewarded money in the form of token. They tokenize these games and they're getting really popular. So we're looking at that. Some of the AI projects are very, very, very powerful in terms of how they're integrating their projects with the real world. So we're looking at solid projects. So you look at influencers that are promoting these projects, they've done their research, they talk to the team. We're not looking at the celebrities and the quick money. My
Mhm.
clients are not looking in this for now to next week or trying to get 1,000x. We want to be intelligent, we want to be strategic, and we want to be safe. Over 80% of my calls 80% of them, of my calls with people I haven't worked with, have been robbed or scammed. Over
Yeah.
80%. I recorded 3 long form YouTube videos about how to get robbed in crypto. It's just number one, just give your money to somebody. You'll never see it again. Don't let people invest for you. It's just, I'm sure it's similar in your world in the finances and
Yeah.
stock market.
Yeah.
Yeah, number one, don't give people your money to invest for you. And number two, don't close your eyes and do what everybody else does. Be strategic, be smart, and if somebody can help you, let them teach you. And that's kind of where I come in, is I not only have a done for you program where I tell everybody everything I do, how to do it, like it's done for you, but also give them the background and the understanding to empower people so that way they can make their own decisions and they can see before they invest what appeals to them and what doesn't.
I'm curious now, and of course, there will definitely be more. And someone, everyone who's listening or watching, like you want to get in touch with Dr. Daniel, there is social media accounts and also a free gift that he has prepared for you. So they are all in the show notes. So you can right now scroll down if you're interested, connect with Dr. Daniel, get his free gift. We're going to talk about that later on. But is there a particular project, some particular projects right now? Because you said that some narratives like gaming and AI, they are two big narratives right
Huge.
now.
Yeah.
Is there one or two names that you can give right now of projects that people needs to follow or that look out for? It's like, hey, this dude, like these are some of the things that are really I'm checking out, I'm following around, I'm investing in those.
For sure. So Solana is the darling of this bull. Solana, I've been yelling at people since it was under $20 last summer. It hit 240, bounced back, was trading around 180, but just dipped yesterday through. There was a big Bitcoin meltdown. As we know, when Bitcoin goes down a little bit, all the alts go down a lot. It dipped down, I think, to about 120. Solana under 150 is a fantastic buy. And if all somebody did was buy and accumulate Solana, and this is not financial advice, do your own research. This is strictly my opinion based on the opinions of all the leaders in the industry. Solana should outperform Bitcoin and Ethereum by all accounts, and it already has outperformed them. But even at this point, even if you didn't buy it below 20 and you're buying it under 150, it will outperform, in my opinion, strictly my opinion, DYOR, both Bitcoin and Ethereum, hands down. It is the darling of this bull run, and there's a spot ETF will be coming shortly at some point for Solana, and it's going to make it a home run, in my opinion.
What makes you say that? What how do
Um,
you say is like what makes you say and be so confident? Of course, it's your opinion. We will say that
yes, of course. So the
that is
data
going to
I
happen. What
use,
are some of the things that you see?
first of all, look at where it went from last summer, comparatively 10x to 12x compared to the other big market cap plays. It outperformed them already. Number one. Number two, when a spot ETF happens, it creates mass adoption, which reduces
And
the
what
bear
is a
cycle.
spot ETF?
I apologize. So in America, it's very big. So what sparked this year in January, what changed about Bitcoin this year, and why this coming bull may possibly be the last biggest bull run in crypto ever is something called a spot ETF. And spot ETF, see, traditionally, if we want to buy Bitcoin, you and me and the rest of the world, we got to go online and go through a bunch of steps within the crypto world. A spot ETF allows the average American to walk into a financial institution like BlackRock and actually buy through the institution a piece of Bitcoin, actual Bitcoin. So the institution holds the Bitcoin for the person. So it's allowed the average American a direct access to buy Bitcoin. Now, in order for the American to buy Bitcoin, in order for the institution to sell it to them, the institutions had bought hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions and billions of dollars of Bitcoin, which is why from January to April, it may get run, even though the bull run hasn't started. It's because they're loading up, sorry, from mid October, they started to load up
They're piling up. They
to sell
both
the
stocking
people.
up. They're
And the
stocking
more
up.
people that buy it, exactly, the more mass adoption there is. And the mass adoption there is, it's unlikely at the end of the bull that there's going to be a mass exodus of funds because the average American is not going to be jumping in, jumping out, jumping in, jumping out. So every time a spot ETF opens, it solidifies that coin in the world. So that was first. Ethereum just happened. It got approved a few months ago. It launched July 23rd, right? So now Ethereum is now solid. Solana is on the list next, right? Solana's fees 2 weeks ago or last week now outperformed Ethereum. It on chain makes more money than Ethereum to something to that effect. I'm not explaining it properly, but it's a more profitable chain. There's more transactions and more fees than Ethereum. And at that point, it's outperforming the other layer ones. And it is, by every indication, supposed to be it's already been the darling, going from 20 to even right it's now rate 140, 130, 140, but it was
Huge
180
increase.
last week. And that's only starting. The targets on it I've heard as high as 1,000. I don't think it's going to get high. I'm a conservative person. 400 to 600 is my target based on all the experts. But everyone's saying it's going to outperform it with the spot ETF. We should be thinking 800 to 1,000. But you got to think, if you only bought one thing last summer,
Yeah.
Solana, one thing. And it's not hard in retrospect. It's not like it's a state secret. That's the whole thing about crypto. There's no secrets. It's not like anybody doesn't know or whispering. It's all transparent. We can go through the gaming narrative. We can go through the AI narrative. We can go through the real world assets. And I'll just say this. These are the ones that have performed well. They're pulled back, and once the market recovers, you're going to be 4 or 5x before the bull run. It's not like a state secret. It's just understanding it, getting comfortable with it. I recorded long form on my YouTube about getting comfortable with crypto. All a
Mhm.
bunch of like a summary of different interview questions to allow people to get comfortable and answer questions. But it really is about education. As you know, knowledge is power, especially in crypto. So I don't want people to invest. I want people to be powerful and get the knowledge. And when they get their knowledge, then they can decide this is right for me or no, man, it's not right for me. And if it's not for everybody, nor should it
But at
be.
least they understand. At least we can. I can put myself in a category. We understand how it
I,
works.
I
Invest.
understood nothing. I understood nothing. Yeah, same. It's like it's this, but once you understand, it's like now I should decide what I should do, and that's what I focus on. One of the gifts I think you mentioned earlier is my free training. We'll give you a website where you go on, you opt in, and I've recorded a 22-minute free training video that will give you a ton of background on how all this works. In my view, remember, this is my view. Bull run investing. The number one misconception in crypto, we talk about investing in crypto. People think you're day trading and
Mhm.
leverage trading. Have you heard of leverage trading?
No.
Okay, let me tell your listeners, this is crazy. This is so important. So in crypto, the biggest thing people do is this thing called day trading and leverage trading. And day trading in the stock market is where you buy a stock in the day or during, and you sell on the same day, and you're either going to long it. In other words, you're betting if you buy it, it's going to go up. And then you're
Yep.
going to sell and you're going to make the difference. That's longing, or you're shorting it. You're betting that it's going to go down. So you can long and short a stock.
Yep. Yep.
In
Yeah.
crypto, they do the same thing, but on steroids. They allow people to have leverage 1x, 10x, sorry, 5x, 10x, 50x, 100, even 125x. So for your listeners, that means if you're betting a stock's going to go up and you're longing it, and if it goes up 1% and you have 100x leverage, you now have 100%, you've doubled. So if you bet, yeah, you can do 100x leverage. So if you bet in crypto, this is going to go up, and it goes up $5, and you have 100x leverage, you're up $500.
500%.
However, if it goes down 1% and you don't have a stop loss, you're wiped out.
You're
So
done.
you're wiped
Yeah.
out. So the biggest misconception when we talk about investing in crypto, people think they're day trading and they're leverage trading and they're stuck to their computers. And it's another full-time job. People pay money for other people to send them signals and they get wiped out. It's just, I think it's ridiculous, but I get it, because if you don't know of bull run investing, if you don't know of another method and you want to participate in crypto, most people think that's the only way to invest in crypto. It is, in my opinion, the worst idea for a busy professional.
I got another question. I got a
Please
it's my last
shoot.
question, which is like we'll have in the stock market index funds, right? You have where like S&P 500, for example, FTSE 100 that we have here in the UK. So you will invest in the top performing companies, or in the top performing stocks in that case, of a particular country that have been selected. So I don't even have to pick the stocks. Is there an equivalent like that in crypto, or is it something you come across or not?
I've never come across it. I don't believe it is, and I think it has to do with the blockchain technology. See, in crypto, when you go to buy something, you own it. They're your key, like, so you own it
Yeah,
on the blockchain.
you
It's
don't
it's
have. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
the logistics of doing it online via blockchain is not possible. I don't think it's possible. Like, I mean, there could be,
Because
funds
also
that,
Ethereum and and Bitcoins, or Solana, they are on three different blockchains. So now I need to find something that can operate on all the blockchains now.
right.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't know if technology is there yet, but there's a lot of bots that do trading and lots of bots that do buy. I've yet to see anything. I see everything thrown at the world, but there's not. I've never had one person come to me and go, "This is working." I think if one thing is working, everybody would be doing it. For me, other than bull run investing, there is nothing I believe in to do. I mean, listen, if you want another full-time job, you can do trading. You can do airdrops. There's so many things in crypto you could do, but they're full-time jobs. But for people like you and me and most of your listeners, that we have
I
a
want we
full-time
want
job.
to invest and have our money work for us. That's the
That's
most.
it. That's
That's
it.
it.
And it's short term. We get in and we're out in 6 to 9 months. Done. This isn't going
Good.
to be tied up for years.
All right. Well, I gotta say, if you were, I don't know, as a dentist, were you so passionate about teeth as you're passionate about crypto?
Uh,
Well, you
e-
would be
e-
like the
e-
best dentist in the world, right?
Equally, if not more. I have millions of views on YouTube. I loved what I did. Everything I do that I love, I fall in love with, and I love people. I love helping people, and I did it through dentistry, and now I'm doing it through crypto. And honestly, in a couple of years, I don't know where I'll be doing what, but I promise you, I'll be doing something where I take something complicated, I
And you made it
simplify it in a
simple.
way to help people be successful.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's talk a bit more about your free course that you have. What can people find there?
Absolutely. So it's just a free training I do. If you go to my website, www.cryptoprogram.ca, I'm Canadians.ca. I'm sure you'll have it in the show notes. You just go there, you opt in. There's a 20-something minute video, and it just gives you the foundation and the basics of understanding the bull run investing method in crypto. Just watch it and then be a little bit more educated. If you want more, you can contact me on there. I'm easy to find. I'm on Instagram too. I'm redoing my Instagram channel, but I've got so much free content on Instagram. And my handle is, I think you'll put it in, IAMDR.Daniel. I am Dr.
Yeah.
Daniel. Yeah, and that's it. Lots of free content. I push out so much free stuff. So my job is to my job. I love giving free information. So I give a ton of free content on Instagram. But you go to my URL, opt in, you can watch a free training video that'll really kind of save you a couple months of figuring some things out on your own, and then moves you one step to decide closer to deciding, am I more interested in crypto or have I heard enough and I'm not? And that's all I want from people. Just educate yourself and figure it out.
Dr. Daniel, this has been an incredible interview. Everyone, please, if you're watching or listening, scroll down in the show notes where you have all the links of the free training and also the social media contacts of Dr. Daniel. For that spark your interest, check it out and reach out to him. Dr. Daniel, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.
My pleasure is mine. Thank you for your time.
All right, everyone. I cannot wait to see you next episode. And until next time, remember that together we grow exponentially. Ciao.
Ciao.